Hello friends, I Professor Santosh Bansode welcome you all for a lecture series in Industrial Engineering. We are discussing the chapter Method Study. Now our journey has reached up to a point of flow diagram here. Now in the previous lectures we have discussed various charts which are used for recording the various methods. Now one of the more technique is the flow diagram. So basically flow diagrams are very useful in manufacturing shop or in a repair shop or any other department where the movements of men and materials from one location to another are to be traced. The process charts indicate the sequence of events. They do not illustrate the movements of men, material, etc. while the work is being accomplished. The number of movements, if minimized, results in a lot of saving both in cost as well as the efforts required to do a job. Therefore, the path of movements, that is the movement between the two locations, and the number of times a movement is repeated can be better visualized by drawing a diagram. So it may be a string diagram or a flow diagram. Usually a string diagram is preferred over a flow diagram if paths of movement are very much involved, congested and difficult to trace on a flow diagram. A flow diagram is a more suitable for simple cases. So basically flow diagram gives us a top view of the work area which is drawn with the scale. It indicates the position of machines and other locations with the distance between them affecting the movement of subjects. Therefore it gives on the spot observation of the paths of movements of product and sometimes using symbols of processes. Now usually as said, the flow diagram is more suitable to a simple cases, and if the path is congested, these diagrams are not suitable. Now one of the examples is given here where the path of material is mentioned from workstation to other workstation, how it moves from one place to another. But if the more stations are there, more complex movement is involved, these charts are not suitable. If we look at the flow diagram, it is a drawing or diagram which has been drawn to the scale. So these distances are drawn to the scale. It shows the relative positions of machineries or jigs, fixtures, and marks the path to be followed by men, that is workers, or materials. So there are various steps to draw a flow diagram. First step is draw a plan to the scale of working area. Next step is mark the relative positions of the machines, tools, benches, stores, racks, inspection booths, etc. Right? Are you getting? Second step is to mark the relative positions of machines, tools, benches, stores, racks, etc. And in the third step, from the different observations, we have to draw the actual path of movements of the material or the worker on the diagram to indicate the direction of movement. We have to indicate here the direction of movement. So different movements can be marked by using various colors for better visualization, better understanding. Sometimes process chart symbols may be used for having a better understanding of these charts. Now one more technique to record the movement of material men is the string diagram. So it is very useful for recording the distance travels by a worker in a working area. So if we define a string diagram, it is a model or a scaled up plan of the shop in which the every machine or equipment is marked and a pen or pin is struck by in the area representing the facility. So if you look at the string diagram, so this is the pin which locates one of the facilities here. A continuous colored thread we can use here for tracing the path taken up by the materials or workers. So when the paths are many and repetitive, a flow diagram becomes congested and it is neither easy to trace it nor to understand. Under such conditions, string diagram is preferred. Besides that, it is useful for activities in which workers' movement between different stations is irregular. So this is the important point which is helpful for solving the MCQs. Now how to construct such kind of diagrams? So while drawing string diagram, we have to draw a layout of the shop or working area, and we have to mark the various features such as machinery, workbenches, inspection point, store, etc. Then we have to take a soft board on which we can put the pegs or pins showing the locations of these facilities. Then we have to use a continuous unstretchable string. We have to use continuous unstretchable string to join these facilities so that we can get the clear path to be followed while traversing from one facility to another. Now what are its uses? Its uses are firstly, it is very useful in dealing with the complex movement of materials or workers, and it helps in the plant layout design. It indicates clearly if there is a backtracking or congestion or bottleneckness while material handling. Usually it is useful for shop floor. It measures the distances involved and points out whether a workstation is suitably located or not. Then it traces existing path of the movements for necessary modifications if any. Existing paths we can here trace, and for any modification we can suggest solution. It is preferred when the movements are not regular. Sometimes movements of workers or materials are not regular. So in such a cases, to trace the path, these figures are very useful. It shows the pattern of movements and thus helps in deciding the most economical routes. These diagrams help us to decide the most economical route. We can decide the pattern here for particular operation, and also it is mostly advantageous in studying the movement of an individual worker while operating various machines, or a group of workers from one machine to another. Also, it is very helpful in studying the movement of workers or materials in a assembly shop. But it has certain drawbacks also. If the workers or materials move in some irregular or curvilinear path, then the tracing is not possible. We can observe in the figure that all the strings are joined in a straight line. They are not in a curvilinear way. Therefore, curvilinear path cannot be traced by using these diagrams. This is only disadvantage of these diagrams. So usually its applications are to find the distance traveled by man or materials during operation and its frequency. We can determine how many times material has moved along the same path. We can have here visual impact of frequency and nature of movements, and to assess the suitability of shifting the stations and sections between which too much flow of material takes place. Here we can determine the congestion between the workstations, backtracking if it is there while handling of the material, or for modifications of plant layout it is also helpful. Next, let us find out the applications of travel chart. What are these travel charts? Usually string diagrams are very good in the explanation of movement and critical examination, but it takes longer time to get constructed, and many movements along the complex path may lead to a diagram which will result in a crisscrossing of line. That means clear picture is not possible if there is a complex path. So as the string diagrams take more time for its construction, so it is a time consuming process. So travel charts are very useful where a string diagram becomes complex. Therefore, when movements are very complex, travel chart is quick solution and more effectively manageable recording technique. So in such type of charts, the application of assignment model with a special case, that is traveling salesman problem, is very useful, where we can construct the source and destination table, where we can write down the distance to be traveled from each of the source to its respective destinations, and we can provide the solution here.